Just don't die. So let me leave you with something here. This is something I was thinking about last night. If you couldn't tell, I spend way too much time thinking. But this is what I was thinking about last night. Because you know how dogs, everybody knows, like somebody said the major flaw with dogs is that they die too early. But we know that. We know that, depending on what kind of dog you have, you're probably going to have 6 good years with it, 10 good years with it, maybe 12 if you're lucky. We know that when we get it. And I really think that that's why people see dogs differently, because we know our time with them is limited. We know that. With humans, you talk to your brother, you talk to your best friend. We have these inherent biases in our head that suggest that, my brother's 30. He's probably going to be around for another 50 years. There's no rush for me to hang out with him, to call him. But if you knew, like if everybody walked around with a little sign on their head, little countdown, going to Noah's simulation here, let's say that this is all predetermined. And I knew that Captain Codeman, I walked past him and he said, 2 days left. Would you treat him differently than if it said 2 years? Probably. But here's the thing. We don't know. We don't have that ability. So your inherent biases might think that, your dad should be around for another 10 years. He should be, maybe 15, maybe 20. He should be. But we don't know for sure. He could be gone next week. Same with you. I'm 35. I probably have about 450 years left here. But I could also be gone next week. We don't know. And so going back to the dogs, that's why I think that everybody sees dogs in such a different lens than humans, than everything else, because we know that their time is less than everybody else. We know that we have less time with them than we do. But do we? That's just what we think. Yeah, there was a movie about that premise. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing people walking around with the thing on their head. But just to kind of explain what that means in our, setup here within Bitcoin and within our inheritance stuff, like we don't know when that day is going to be. It'd be nice if we did, but we don't. So just always assume that this is going to be, it's dark, but just assume that this is probably going to be the last time I talk to my mom, or this is the last time I'm going to leave this house. If you just assume that, then you have things in place in case it does happen. If you go under the opinion that, they're going to be around here for 20 years just because that's the average age, the universe does not give a fuck what the average age of anybody is. Things happen like that. So don't be in a position where you waste your time, your energy, everything to waste because you were too lazy. You assumed that you were going to be here for a little while longer or a long time longer. Right? It's important stuff. It's important stuff.